School Board Presentation for the District Technology Training Plan by Joe Woodring, Northwestern High School. Hi, my name is Joe Woodring. As you know, I've written a District Technology Training Plan for Prince George's County Public Schools. The plan has been distributed for review to administrators and technology liaisons at each school in the county. I hope to convince you all today to adopt my training plan and thereby advance the achievement of our students and the technical skill of our staff. Technology education is a field on the rise. We can all easily see the amount of technology used in everyday life around us. We know our students are using technology outside the classroom for recreational purposes, and most of us adults extensively use technology as well. As you know, many students bring their technology to school, and it's a constant battle between teachers and students to manage proper use of technology. As teachers and administrators, we seek for students to find educational uses for their technology, but unless we can engage the students, they will not understand the benefits. Thus, it is important for teachers and administrators of Prince George's County Schools to understand what educational technologies exist, and more importantly, how to use them effectively in the classroom. In my plan, I detail a few main problems with technology that we currently have in our county. Those problems are that we do not have enough technology for every student and that the technology we do have is not used properly. Just like this dusty computer, a lot of the technology in our schools sits unused in back rooms because of a lack of organization at the individual school level, or more importantly, by a lack of technical expertise among staff members across the county. This presentation will focus on solutions to that lack of technical expertise. So why is there a lack of technical expertise? Staff members around the county were provided with a survey to find out what they needed to increase both their use of technology and the depth of purpose for students using the technology. For example, using a classroom computer to type a paper is a pretty conventional use. But what could the students use the computer for to deepen their understanding of the curriculum and demonstrate their mastery of the content? And you can see some of the identified needs on this slide. Based on the results of my survey, my technology training plan will include, among other things, professional development on one of the best resources we currently have in our county, the Google Suite. Through a 5-day workshop, teachers and administrators will be taught how to use each of the apps in the Google Suite and shown examples of how each app can be used for interactive lessons with students and for increasing productivity as a teacher. The Google Suite is accessible through each teacher and student's school email address, but is largely unused around the county. The workshop will also discuss using Clever applications. Clever is a suite of educational apps provided by Prince George's County that I have found many teachers do not know about. The workshop will be provided locally at each school and administered by previously identified technology experts from that school. Staff members will be more comfortable receiving training from people they already know and trust. Thus, training sessions will be split up according to grade level, elementary, middle, and high schools. It is important to emphasize that teachers will not necessarily be split up by departments for middle and high schools because I want staff members to see the uses for the Google Suite across the curriculum rather than simply focusing on their own content level. There will also be beginner and advanced level training sessions so as to maximize effectiveness and productivity during each day of the workshop. Training sessions will include examples of the technology staff members will be expected to create. These examples could come in the form of screencasts, TED Ed lessons, ThingLink images, or animated Voki characters. Day 1 of the workshop will introduce the Google Suite, showing how to access the suite and explaining the different features of the suite. To teach this, I have created interactive images using ThingLink with accompanying short training videos explaining each feature of the Google Suite. The first day of the workshop will also include training on creating screencast presentations, which will be used in later days of the workshop. Day 2 of the workshop will focus on Google Docs, a word processing app. Staff members will learn how to create and edit a document, how to share a document with other people, and how to insert tables, charts, and hyperlinks. Teachers will create screencast videos to present to other staff members or future students explaining the use of Google Docs. Day 3 of the workshop will focus on Google Sheets, a spreadsheet app. Staff members will learn how to use formulas to create and manipulate data, to create graphs based off data, and how to use conditional formatting to highlight important information within the sheet. I will explain how using Google Sheets can make the SLO process much easier, as I know that teachers have struggled with collecting and analyzing data for their yearly SLOs. Day 4 of the workshop will focus on Google Slides, a presentation app. Staff members will learn how to create exciting presentations that will include embedded videos and hyperlinks. I will explain principles learned in my graduate studies, including contiguity, modality, redundancy, personalization, coherence, and segmenting. Teachers will create presentations to be shown for back to school night or for introductions to their classes at the start of the school year. Day 5 of the workshop will focus on Google Forms and Clever applications. Forms can be questionnaires, surveys, or assessments designed for students or for gathering of information from other staff members. Clever is a suite of apps licensed by Prince George's County. Some of these apps are regularly used by staff and students currently, but Clever combines them all in one site to provide ease of access. Staff members will learn how to create a form, respond to a form, view the results of a form, and then analyze the results of the form. Staff members will create forms in the workshop and respond to each other's forms in order to put their knowledge into practice. Staff members will also explore the Clever website and determine which apps can be useful for their content area. So that's a whole lot of information. How do I know that this district technology training plan will be successful? Well, prior to implementation, I will conduct preliminary workshops to gather data on what is effective for my plan and what needs to be improved. This will be done in the summer prior to next school year. Staff who attend the preliminary workshop will be provided with a stipend and be expected to fill out surveys about the content of the workshop through Google Forms. I will revise the plan as necessary based on feedback from these forms. Please review my plan carefully. I'm passionate about the use of technology in our school system, and the focus of the training plan was determined by my involvement as a teacher in Prince George's County and by gathering feedback from fellow staff members around the county. I work in the county, I know the county, and I want the county to be better as a result of implementing my plan. Thank you for your consideration.